Well, President Akufo-Addo has also been given an update. President Akufo-Addo also says Ghana is entering the most critical phase in the coronavirus fight as health authorities await the results of 15,384 people. Addressing the nation on the coronavirus on Sunday, he said that these people were among some 19,276 who were reached through the contact tracing of persons who were tested positive for the virus. Some 800 who tested negative in mandatory quarantine have also been released to reunite with their families.
Our current situation is such that we have recorded a total of 214 cases. The Greater Accra region has 189 cases, followed by the Ashanti region with 12, Northern region 10, Upper West region 1, Eastern region 1, and Upper East region 1. The 10 from the Northern region are the West African nationals who entered our country illegally after the closure of the borders. In total, 3 persons have fully recovered from the disease, 49 persons have been discharged from treatment facilities and are being managed from home. And the remaining 155 are responding to treatment. 2 persons are moderately ill, and 5 persons, as I said before, have lost their lives. Of the 1,030 travelers who were mandatorily quarantined and tested on their arrival in Ghana on the 21st and 22nd of March, 79 were initially found to be positive, and appropriate arrangements were made for their isolation and treatment. Subsequently, after 12 further days of quarantine, 26 other persons were found to be positive as a result of their second test, bringing the total number of those found to be positive to 105, all of whom have been isolated for treatment. Of the remaining 925 persons who have undergone 2 tests and found to be negative, 804 have been released from quarantine to join their families. The remaining 121 are, as I speak, in the process of being released. I want to thank all of them and their families and loved ones for their understanding and cooperation with the stringent procedures the government was forced to deploy in the public interest.
So I have been joined via Skype by one of those released. Wisdom Boy is a pharmacist, and he has reunited with his family. It is good to be home, right, Wisdom? What is the reaction from the family?
It's very good to be home. My family is very excited to have seen me. My friends are very excited to have seen me. Just that sometimes it dawns on them that they need to keep the social, so they try to give me some distance in a comic way, but I understand and I try to keep my distance.
And that is a good thing to do because we still need to observe all those measures. But the last time we spoke, you were in quarantine and not a very happy man. What has changed after that conversation?
Basically, I think some of the things we voiced out, they had from our first test results took over 6 days before they released the results to us. They didn't give us any official to the results. But for the second test results, they released it, I think, after 3 days with official results to us. Our meals, which were cold, were actually made warm a bit. And also there was a bit more introduction of fruits and vegetables to the meals that they were giving us. And I think most of us were anxious because of the time they would let us go home. But when it was exactly 14 days, everybody's results came, and those who tested negative were actually asked to go home.
The anxiety of waiting to go home, I'm sure, cannot be compared to when you were actually waiting to receive your test. How many times were you tested, and what was the feeling like waiting for your results?
Okay. 10 seats so that you group us. So the way the nurse was actually directing us, it seemed that one group was positive and one group was negative. So everybody was very anxious. Which group are you sending it to? Is it a positive group? Is it a negative group? Yeah. And I think the psychologist introduced some level of anxiety in trying to educate us on the COVID-19 before declaring the status of that group. So that whole period was very tense. People were very, very anxious. In fact, me myself, I was sweating profusely.
And you mentioned the nurse and the psychologist. What would you say generally about the professionals that handled you while you were in quarantine?
The professionals did a very good job. The nurses would call all of us in the morning. I mean, go to the receptionist and insist that we call all of us to come and take our temperature readings and vital readings in the morning, as well as take our temperature and vital readings in the evenings. Then if you don't come, the nurse will go and then follow up. They also wore their PPEs, and then they observe the social distance. So they usually place the seats at a distance to the nurses there, and then the temperature gun is also placed at a distance to the patient, so that there's no contact between the patient and then the temperature gun. After you were tested, they insisted that you apply from the hand sanitizer on your hands before you leave the place. So they were very, very professional. The only thing that didn't sit well with me was the information flow. We didn't know exactly when our test samples would be taken. They couldn't give us exactly when the test results will be in, and they couldn't give us much information as to what is going to go on there while we are there. So the only thing was a bit of information gap.
Quite unfortunate on that note, but tell us, it's been a few hours of reuniting with the family. What guidelines were you given to observe after you were asked to go home?
They brought a psychologist second time before our results were mentioned to us, and then the person also gave us a few tips about regular hand washing, trying to keep a social distance of about 2 meters when you are communicating with everyone. And then 3, try not to touch your face. I mean, because the virus is resides in the respiratory system. Yeah. So once you don't touch your face, you will be okay. And then the 4th one is to keep hygiene and eat meals that will boost your immune system. That's mainly with high stress and vegetables and then fruits. They also advise us to get vitamin C, and that is if you could afford a vitamin C, and then also try and get hand sanitizer.
And of course, being a pharmacist yourself, I'm sure you appreciate to some extent the need to observe all these measures. But just a little clarification, when exactly were you asked to go home? I know this was done in batches.
I was asked to go home on Saturday. Saturday morning, the test results was released. Okay. Everybody had his with his name, his status, and everything. And then the previous day, they asked us to state the method with which you go home. So on Saturday, they asked us, after you have received your results, you will sign the document that you are supposed to sign, and then you go home.
Well, it must be a good feeling being home now, but one thing I want to find out from you, has there been any form of stigma at all? I know that the family is keeping the distance because we need to, but in terms of friends and people in the neighborhood, people who knew that you were in quarantine, what has been the reaction?
For most of them, there has been no stigma. And because I've not been out there in the past few days that I've been home, I've not experienced much stigma from the general public. And those who knew that I was at the quarantine.
Let's wrap up on this quickly. What are the lessons you've learned from this mandatory quarantine, and going forward, what would you say to those who will be kept in quarantine and those who are still there actually waiting for their turn to go?
Okay, so I'll start with the lessons. I think that number one, we should all try and stay home as much as you can. You only go out when it's very necessary for you to go home, because when you are under quarantine, people will think that you are in a luxurious hotel, but being in your room and not being able to step out of your room the whole day comes with its own psychological stress and anxiety, and you are not happy, even though you are in a very good hotel and all that. So, what I would say to the general public is that it is better for us not to contact or contract this disease, so that we'll be locked up somewhere, than to go out and unnecessarily risk other people. For my colleagues who are still under quarantine, I even have a good friend, doctor, who is under quarantine at Alisa. What I would want to say is that let's try and stick to the rules of the quarantine. It is for the good of the general public, because if you go out there and you place other people at risk, it might come back to infect your mother or your grandmother, and maybe the result you would experience will not be what we are all expecting. So let's try and stick to the quarantine rules. Let's try and be very, very cooperative with the health people and also the security personnel at the quarantine post. And I assure you, 14 days seems very long from day one, but when you get to day 13, you know that the journey was worth it. All my colleagues will try and stick to the quarantine rules in order to protect the whole public. Thank you.
Wisdom Boy, thank you very much. And Wisdom is a pharmacist. He was in 14 days quarantine. And of course, now he is a free man, so to speak. But most importantly, he tested negative. And of course, some advice for those who are in quarantine and for the health professionals as well. A man died Sunday at Ashaman after suffering gunshot wounds from a military officer enforcing the lockdown in the area. The civilian was said to have engaged in a scuffle with the officer after reportedly tried to resist an arrest. Information Minister Kojo Ponkuman revealed this on the lockdown with MFAPO. According to him, the victim was pronounced dead on arrival at the healthcare facility.
The subject of infractions by security persons is one that His Excellency the President and indeed the entire response team takes very, very, very seriously. Let's go back and understand a few things. Over the last 25 years in this country, we have not had an incident where police and military are deployed on our streets in Accra and Kumasi in such numbers. In the Greater Accra region, we've had one incident where a military officer, as part of this COVID program, sought to apprehend some persons who were suspected to be also dabbling in narcotics and other things. While they were even supposed to be in lockdown, they were busy dabbling in narcotics, etc. The preliminary report that we have as at now is that in the attempt to arrest these persons, or this person sought to disarm the military officer, and a struggle ensued, in which period the military officer's gun went off, injuring this person quite severely. The person was rushed to the hospital. The brief I'm just getting is that that person was declared DOA at the hospital, and the military has taken the officer in, disarmed him, and is proceeding to investigate. The High Command has also sent out high-level officers to go out there and be with their men so that they can supervise and ensure that infractions don't happen or are reduced to the barest minimum out there. So it is within this context that they are trying their best to ensure that they follow the rules, don't infringe on the rights of citizens, but if any of them does infringe on the rights of citizens, they are also able to take that person in and ensure that the person is brought to face the consequences of his actions. In addition, as I mentioned to you earlier, they've issued this aid memoir, as they call it, to also guide their men on how to operate.
And the Military High Command has released a statement confirming the incident. The civilian, according to reports, was being arrested on suspicion of indulging in illegal conduct contrary to the Narcotics Act. And it says initial reports that the suspect, of course, let me go to the statement on your screens now. It says the Ghana Armed Forces is investigating an incident that occurred in Ashaman, Accra on Sunday, 5th April 2020. The incident involved an attempt by a civilian to disarm a soldier who was conducting an arrest as part of OP Covered Safety, that's Operation Covered Safety. The civilian was being arrested on suspicion of indulging in illegal conduct contrary to the Narcotics Act. Initial reports are that the suspect is resisting arrest, attempted to disarm the soldier, leading to a struggle during which the soldier's rifle accidentally went off. The suspect sustained life-threatening injuries and while being conveyed to the hospital for medical attention, unfortunately passed on. The body has been deposited at the police hospital morgue in Accra. Investigations have already commenced into the incident. The Ghana Armed Forces wishes to assure the general public that details of the investigations will be duly communicated. And that is signed by the Director of Public Affairs for the military, that's Colonel Agri Kwashi. And of course, the MP for Ashaman has also been reacting to this. We'll bring you portions of a statement that he released. He says that I have received with shock and outrage news of the cold-blooded killing of Mr. Eric Ofochu, aka Noyawa, and that's the first time we are getting to know of his name, a constituent of mine in his mid-30s who was allegedly shot by a military officer working to ensure compliance of the president's COVID-19 lockdown directives. As Member of Parliament for Ashaman constituency, I condemn in the strongest possible terms this barbaric and wicked act of a trigger-happy military officer. And of course, we'll bring you more on the statement issued by the MP for Ashaman, Ernest Nordbe. Let's go live to Ashaman now. My colleague Maxwell at the back is there to gauge the mood. Maxwell, if you can hear me, tell us what is happening in Ashaman. What are people been saying after the killing of this young man? Tell us what is happening in Ashaman. You are there to gauge the mood.
NS as it stands right now, just some meters away from the scene of the incident. It's very close to the Ashaman market, just 100 meters away from where I'm standing. The youth in this area are quite agitated. They are raising concerns about their safety after this incident happened yesterday in the evening. Well, if you come here right now, there's a checkpoint here. We still have some military men here and some police officers here making sure that there's decorum. But just some meters away, we have the agitated youth at where the incident itself happened. We'll be going there shortly, but how would we hear the Member of Parliament for Ashaman, Ernest Nordbe? We want to hear from him. He released a statement earlier. You're welcome to join us. Thank you. Yeah, we're great. Now, you released a statement and
go my back and raise it like this now.
Out to explain to us the circumstances leading to this. We understand you tried disarming the military officer duty, but you say that you have facts contrary to what the military.
And of course, we'll be heading back to Ashaman shortly for that interview my Maxwell is having with the Member of Parliament for the area, Ernest Nordbe. We're taking a break here on Newsdesk. We'll be back with that and more shortly. Stay with us. Now we'll be heading shortly back to Ashaman. My colleague Maxwell is on standby with the Member of Parliament for Ashaman, Ernest Nordbe, to tell us more about the death of that young man who died as a result of some scuffle between him and a military officer who is part of the Operation COVID-19 safety team enforcing the lockdown. Of course, we know that his name, as indicated in the statement by the MP, is Eric. Let's go live now. Maxwell, take it away.
Scene where this young man who in his mid-30s was allegedly shot and killed by a military officer. We are told by the public relations officer of the military that this gentleman actually tried you're told by the military that this gentleman actually tried disarming an officer on duty here. Well, some meters away from where I'm standing, very close to the market, the youth are standing there quite agitated about the situation. But just here also is the police checkpoint where we have the military and then police here. But luckily we have the Member of Parliament for the Ashaman constituency, Ernest Nogbe. He's here with me. Mr. Nogbe, you're welcome to JoyNews.
Thank you very much, my brother. How are you doing?
Great. I'm fine, thank you. Now, you released a statement today, and you are saying that contrary to the information that we have from the military, your information that you've gathered from the ground indicates that what the military is putting across is inaccurate. Can you explain to us exactly what happened and what your sources have been telling you?
Thank you very much. Exactly, it is inaccurate. What the military put out there is not what is the reality on the ground. Yesterday, I was called about this particular incident. When I came here, I made a few contacts and few checks for eyewitness reports, and you realize that the guy Ofochu had nothing untoward against the military. He has never struggled with the military to the extent that people will say that he's trying to disarm a military officer. In any case, it is not only this military officer on duty. There are about 4 and 5, including a police officer on duty. So how can a single person wanting to disarm a military officer in the midst of all the other military officers to extend that they have to shoot at him? And in any case, look, if you are provoked by any instance, you could not go back, make a phone call. After making your phone call, then you shoot at the person and you say you are provoked in the midst of what? And if you look at the statement that the military put out, they said they were suspecting the guy of a narcotic-related offenses. So I'm asking, the policeman was there, military man was there, military men, let me say military men were there. So what is the duty of the police officer? Anybody found breaching the laws of narcotic must be arrested by the police officer who was present at where the thing happened. It is not the duty of a military officer to engage the civilian for any narcotic offenses. You understand that? So what the totality of what the military has put out there is inaccurate, and it is not factual. It is not the reality on the ground. If you come to the ground, what happened was that this guy was asked to go back, to go home and stay home. Yes, I agree that anybody who is loitering around without any tangible reason must be asked to go and stay home, because this disease is no respecter of the law or is no respecter of any human being. We are all at risk, so we must all stay at home, which I agree vehemently. And I'm one of the proponents who always say that anybody who is being seen around loitering, the police, the military, the officers must persuade the person to go back home. And that is the instance, because we are all at risk. Now, what happened was this guy was asked to go home and you whip him. And then he tried to collect the cane from you. That is it. Just step 3 feet back, make a phone call and shot at him. And you can tell me that you were struggling with not a pistol, and you shoot at somebody's heart, and you tell me that you were struggling. And in any case, as a military officer, are you supposed to cock your rifle? Whilst walking in town, to extend that when you are struggling with somebody, immediately the thing will veer off?
Now, you have described this as a disproportionate use of force. You've described it as inhumane. In fact, you've described the military man as trigger happy. In fact, you use the word barbaric to describe what happened here. With all these facts that with all these that you're telling me right now, you still stand by those words that you used?
I still stand by those words, and I still maintain that it was barbaric, and the military man was a trigger happy man, because you can't just, a civilian who is not holding any weapon, not even a stone, then you shoot at that person, and you want me to call you a professional. You are not a professional.
Now, some of your constituents are quite agitated about this. We've seen quite a number of them massing up here at this market. As a member of parliament, what are you doing to calm the situation? What are you doing to de-escalate the situation right now?
Yeah, we have started since yesterday. If not because of our interventions, what would have happened here yesterday would have been worse, because I always maintain that the people of Ashama and the youth of Ashama are peace-loving people. But you dare not. If you dare us, we will also retaliate. That is our mission. We will love peace, we will maintain peace, we will make sure that we abide by the rules of the law, but you dare not touch us. Now, this military officer, from all purposes, or let me say the intent of words, lack of words, was barbaric towards one of our main people. But that does not mean the rules of engagement, the law should not work. Okay. I have maintained that we passed the Restriction Law Act in Parliament. So if you see anybody loitering around, just apply the rules of the game. Just apply the laws, and that will be it. But don't take the law into your own hand by shooting a civilian who is not holding any weapon.
Now, in your statement, you talked about disappointment. You said you are disappointed in the president for not touching on this issue that happened here at Simon. Why are you disappointed? Yeah, you expected the president to speak about this issue? Yeah,
the president should have spoken about this issue. At least this is the first time ever since the lockdown happened.
But he condemned, the civilian. He condemned the brutalities out there. In his speech, he did that. In any case,
if you condemn the brutalities and the most serious, the severest one, you could not condemn it. You could not single out a murder of a civilian to sympathize with the family, sympathize with the constituents, to sympathize with the people of Ashaman, then you have not done anything. Because this is the only place that a civilian was killed during this lockdown. The rest of the cases we see maiming and brutalities, etc. But this is where life, can you bring out that life? That life cannot be brought back again. So the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, was supposed to condemn the act in Ashama specifically. Maintain that this should not happen again, because we are not in normal times. But the fact that we are not in normal times does not mean the law should be thrown out to the dogs.
Now let's talk about your demands. You're calling for an independent investigation into this matter, and you want the culprit to be brought, to book. Independent investigations. Why?
Yeah, independent investigation, because when you look at the statement that the military has put out, it will preempt, it will tell you the findings of their investigation, that their investigation will come out. Because if they can tell you that the man was found, offending the narcotic rules for that matter, and he was struggling with the military officer and the rifle went off, you can predict what the outcome of the investigation will be. But I am saying that is not the reality on the ground. So we need independent investigators, we need independent investigative body to investigate the matter, because the youth are agitating. Okay. And since they are agitating, they must see the logical conclusion of what transpired, and they must know, because most of them were witnesses to what happened.
Okay, 30 seconds. You're also calling for the withdrawal of the police officers who were here on duty on that day. I'm sure they are not the same people, the military officers. I'm sure they are not the same people working here today.
Yeah, I'm calling for the removal of the military officers, not the police officers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, military officers.
Yeah, the military officers who were on duty here yesterday, because when the youth, it is normal when you see somebody who has taken the life of one of your own, you see them around. How will you feel? And that is where the agitation will come more. So I'm just advising the military hierarchy to withdraw all those people who were here yesterday. They can bring any other person to withdraw them. But let me tell you this. Ashama is a cosmopolitan community. People come to Ashama to trade. People come to Ashama, they don't have even homes in Ashama. They sleep in front of kiosks. They sleep in front of people's stores. You understand me? So treatment of such people must be different from how you treat others. If somebody is sleeping in front of his kiosk and you come and sack the person to go home, to go to which home? That is his home. And he's sleeping there. As long as they are not clustered together, as long as they are not gathered together, you don't have that audacity to throw them out, because they are here to trade, send money back home.
Okay, so you just had Member of Parliament for Ashama, Ernest Nogbe. Now, thank you very much for speaking to us. Now, I mentioned to you that the scene where of the incident is just about 100 meters away from here. So we want to take you to the scene and see how some of the youth here are quite agitated about the situation. Some of them are still gathered there trying to, register their displeasure about the situation. Let's take you to the scene of the incident. Well, some of the market women we've been speaking to here tell me that The young man is in his mid-30s and he works here at this market as a truck pusher. We are told that he's quite a hard-working guy, loved by a lot of the market women who are here at this market. So this is where the incident happened. Okay, so what you can see now is the crime scene. This is where the shooting actually happened, and you can see. Can you, sir? What's your name?
I'm Honorable Shadrach Tete, the assemblyman for the.
You're an assemblyman for this area. Okay, so what are we seeing there? What is this? What are these bottles and this red band doing?
You know, because the guy is a friend to everybody, the area guys decided to put this to show some. I think how they call some mercy. Okay. Yes, that's why this thing has been put in.
We at this point want to speak to some eyewitnesses. I'm sure as the assemblyman, you've had some people coming to you two people who saw what happened. Two ladies. Okay, so we want to hear from them exactly how the shooting happened here at this market.
Some of the blood.
Okay, where's the blood? Okay, so what you're showing me now is the splattered blood here at this market, right in front of this container. And this is where Ofochu, popularly known as Noyawa, died. A lot of the market women call him Noyawa. Okay, you've watched the blood. What's your name?
Mekachi.
Okay.
Me kabrofuna, me capture na me brofuna fe because ebe hin. Ena makuma so ya me ya because Ofochu anya omushi.
Okay.
Yeti kasikasa na yeti ye no yeti na enim haya kosto enim haya any.
Well, essentially, so at this point we wouldn't want to show her face. We'll just be showing you the market. We want to protect her identity. Yeah, show we need. Yeah, show No, we are not showing your face. No, we are not showing your face.
You show my face.
No, we are not showing your face. Yeah. Yeah. So what she's telling us here at this market is that they had some disagreements going on here in the market. Now we're waiting for.
Me batwa mo kosto n'anim wa haya.
Okay.
Intimity say kasikasa bi ye de ekoso. Omo pamu obi. Ena mi pie be gina store we da pillar way baby papa itina ya. E wo pillar way nchen. Inti pillar ni nchen ya gina. Okay.
She said she was standing very close to a pillar here at the market. Okay. She was standing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she is saying we cannot independently verify or confirm what she said. She's saying that the military man hit the deceased with a stick.
Okay.
Well, she's saying that the deceased got angry after he was hit with a stick, and then he collected the stick from the soldier.
And the two,
drop the stick.
And small boy be fire no the command. Not na drug no so. It's small body the command no catch and say on train no about be.
Okay. One of the command.
Small boy be.
Okay, you speak English, so tell me in English.
It's one of small boy that we know who took the stone for the soldier man.
He took the stone or the stick?
The stick.
Okay.
For the soldier man because he was sitting at the truck.
Okay. Okay. And then when he gave the stick to the soldier, what happened?
Masa, umami kachi na umami ka.
You speak the English. Come from who are there? Speak English.
Me can't. Okay. So before he took the stick, and he said, "Wait and see, I'm coming."
That's what the soldier said.
Yes. So we were here when he took that Noyawa Ofochu, Michael Ofochu.
That's the deceased.
Yes. Take his this thing. As we know that he always train and use his strength for something, work for everything, pack people's things in this market. Everybody knows him. Before he was rolling the stone, training. The man come, we are standing here watching them. We thought maybe he wants to use the stick for him again, but not in the stick. What we will see, he just cracked his gun before I thought he was going to give a warning shot. But I was standing here with one of my mother here. She just put the gun on his throat. When the bullets get out of the back of his head, here, he just used tissue, pick the bullets inside rubber. I say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, who said I'm sorry?
It's the soldier man who said, I'm sorry.
The soldier said, I'm sorry.
Yes, I was here after killing him. When the blood flowing like this, I was urinating. I even think my pregnant to abort. And one of my mother even go private. He even shit for her body. It's not very good. It's very bad. The president brought them to come and guide us, not to kill us.
And you say you witnessed all of this?
Yes. Any place they will call me, I'm witness. I will tell anybody. I will complain. I will speak because I'm not dumb and deaf. I will talk as far as I'm there. Okay. Yes.
Once again, let me tell our listeners that we cannot independently confirm and verify these claims by these eyewitnesses here at the Simon Market. But I just want you to wrap up with, I mean, in the final moments of Ofochu, what exactly happened? You said he was lifting stones.
Ofochu doesn't exactly a moving or even shake. At that moment, the bullets get back of him.
Okay, what happened? Okay, so tell me what happened before the soldier came back to shoot him.
He just say, I'm sorry, no, okay. And go. Walk around.
No, I want to know the final moment. What happened before the soldier came back to shoot him?
The final moment is what he was using his phone. He was using his phone. That is what he said. I should kill him. He said, kill him. Yes, that is the killing.
Okay, so all of you gathered here, please. I know you're doing business here in this market, but we want you to go home. Social distancing is very important. You agitated, but we want you to go home, please. Social distancing is very important. And who is this crying? Hello. Okay. Okay. Please, I want you to go back. Social distancing is very important at this point. Please, I want you to go back. Please, I want you to go back. Now, let's speak to this woman who is here. Who really, Mommy, Pacho. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Ofosua. Ofosua.
Who is the deceased to you?
It's my brother.
Your brother? Who mama no papa bana?
Family brother.
Your family brother. Until who are Hannah assembly see na?
Aye.
Yeah, see here.
Indra miss me what top one no me ko jai madam for no kofa aka. It me buy and no be ani around. Ana me kofa bed sheet e were inside. Ana me saw what top point me dodge so di me. Inti me sorry enu. Me hu soldier man he say original say ohun mi nu. Ana say me pedin wa say. Ana say me pedin wa say na me say me be jinso. Inti me jinso na me full top. Ma we say me brand so e den. Apia be jina ana soldier man he ka che ni say onko ana si onye den onko nti onu ye oti ana soldier manu eko ye no saba oba ma say.
Okay, well, so essentially what she's saying is that she was inside. Her brother came here. When she came outside, she saw the military officer, the soldier man. The soldier man asked, the soldier actually asked his brother to go home, but his brother said that he cannot go home because this is where he lives. And I didn't believe.
Oh, see, uncle, I'm not catching so no, I have no day. Or dying to any baby, I day.
Well, she says that the brother said that this is where he sleeps and this is where he lives, so there's no. He doesn't have any place to go.
It's on a mikacha so Germany say, on your papa, not in your papa, and Tahano then, or to no sister market for Amunyama Gotamu, and only 3 days, on no you got her, in Drasu, on no you got her, Ashma Fopo, Nyantuani Kaye, Nisika Ashma for or Bekoji. It's in Drami by a so mam is coming Kojali, on no see on this canteen, Nisika Ashma for no. It is so Germanica say, all con, on no see on Hanod, Obiaba Mukacha Soja Man is Onya Papa, Obiaba Mukacha Soja Man is Onya Papa. It's Oya call Anna Mukacha and say, on Kumunu. It's a cracky gone, or cracky gone, and kutuye before you bet you. Oh, it's a man, I'm Johnny Ben, I'm beso me blanimu, and I'm here they say, I'm a kumno, and son and crofu, APA, or for two, Samukas or for two, so Soja Man to Anuma, Amubua, Mimi one so soldier man, 1 year, Akufado, Osha Bibiyo, yeah, down for your Fidogo, Yantias, yeah, yes,
well, it's quite a narration there. But essentially, what she's saying is that the deceased actually did not wrestle or did not try to disarm the soldier who was on duty here. What she's saying that at a point they realized that the soldier was going to pull the trigger, so they actually stepped back and they saw him, shooting the deceased. But the point that she's making here is that the deceased did not try to disarm the soldier. Once again, we cannot independently verify or confirm these claims being made by these eyewitnesses here at the assignment market. Indeed, we've heard from the military, and the military is saying that soldiers are saying that the military is saying that the gentleman actually tried to disarm the soldier. These residents, these eyewitnesses here are disputing that fact. As it stands now, hello, please, social distance, hello, please, can you go back for me, please? Can you go back? If you're not doing it in this market, hello, please go back for me, please. Yeah, so this is it. This is what is happening here at this market. Agitation by the youth. The member of parliament for this is trying to calm the situation here. A lot of the market women are sad by the happening here. They say that the gentleman who's been killed was quite resourceful to this market, because usually he would come here, and because he's a truck pusher, he helps them with their heavy loads. He's the go-to person if you have the heavy load in this market. He would help you take it to whatever destination that you want for just a little fee. And now that this gentleman in his mid-30s has been killed, they do not know what is going to happen. Some of them we spoke to earlier said they are quite terrified, by the situation. And indeed, we've seen the member of parliament, here trying to calm tensions in this market. But once again, we cannot independently verify and confirm these claims and these eyewitnesses' accounts by some of the market women here at the assignment market. You've heard from the military; they've denied this. From the assignment market, Maxwell Agbagba.
You'll give me a minute to make a talk something.
Thank you very much, Maxwell, for bringing us up to speed with that very worrying incident. The chilling accounts from the eyewitnesses you spoke to, and of course we'll be following this to bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. But now we'll be heading to the Ashanti region. We have a briefing coming up on COVID-19 to be addressed by the CEO of the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, Dr. Oheneba Owusu-Danso, and of course the regional director, Health Director Emmanuel Tinkran, as well as the director of the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research.
389 are from contact, are follow-up. Out of these 389, 220 there. Almost 14 days mandatory followed up. Positive. Out of the 220. Inti, your sign war contacts now, ye follow them up. Saying, ye war about 150 contacts, ye follow them up. And she say ye to her, say ye de kunyare no. Efa a sentimental muhan. Apart from say the royebo lockdown, and ye na ye kasa say hand washing, use of sanitizer, social distancing. Ni na no ye san aye enema bia ye pese ye de tumu anim se de be ya obeti ase ha no obi a obenya yare no bibia no ye free area no high risk area nti ye be ko ho na ye hwe about 1 kilometer radius a enipa omo ho ni na no ye be ye mass screening na ma omo mass screening no enye se bia ye be force umum na emom ye be hye unkran se de be ya you subject yourself to the testing. And I dare to so Obia or your contact bia no so no yebe hwehwe no na no so no ya test contacts no so na fi almost you follow them up. So whilst we are following them up, we will also take the opportunity and do the testing. And you know almost so two kwan a omo ba sentimental mu ha no so no omo 14 days ni ntwam no omo ina so hwehwe omo akira kwan ye hu omo aye no omo kasa na omo ehia se ebe test omo no omo nso no ye test omo. And now your hospitals no so ye bie ya pro to ho. Obi a obeba bia ye behwehwe mu a ye behu say or signs and symptoms bia na say ono ankasa pese obeye test no so no. Omo so no ekwan ni da ho. Eno so yaye say nhihye ni na e de ama. Ye de best friend say nhihye na aban no de ato ho no. Opese odi boye nyina ho ban. Nti ye wo ohaw mu de na so yetimi di etri mu kakra bi pa ye betimi akonyare no. Nti de best friend say ye nyina moma yenka ye ho mu na yenko yare no na minim say ekwan na ye nam so no a ye president akasa di anim say de one ye kasa say de o hye ye nkran no say ye saa ye betimi akonyare no na entwe bia ye nyina ye nya efa ahodi na ye nyuma ye no so yetimi akwakoye na enim say erade nso ebeboa ye ntimi mu ye nyina koso mo mpa ye na enhyehyɛ na ye de ato ho no nso no ye nyina yenkosu ni so. Na the year corner there, you say we are on the right track. Into the baby no, enter bia, no be who say, Yetimi aso yarena no. Edama say riding shramina. Okay, Prof.
Thank you. And of course, that is Dr. Tinkrang Emmanuel Tinkrang, the Ashanti Regional Director for Health, giving us some updates. We have 389 contacts have been followed, 58 are from Joaso. 2 contacts tested positive, 220 completed 14 days mandatory isolation or quarantine. And of course, the Ashanti Regional Directorate is following up on some of these cases. Ghanaian woman and her husband returned recently from France have also tested positive, and the Ministry of Health has released 400,000 people to help in contact tracing to manage the contact. And so that's a bit of a wrap from what we just heard. Ohemen Teria is there for us, and on JoyNews today we'll bring you details of that. That will be it for JoyNews Next right about now. Stay with us. JoyNews Interactive is up next. We'll take your views and your comments on all our social media platforms. My name is Ernest Mino. Thanks very much for your company. Thanks for staying with us here on JoyNews. We're taking you back to Kumasi, where the CEO for the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, Dr. Ohene Badanso, is addressing the media on COVID-19. Let's head back there now for the latest.
For 2 intensive care management, that is to do with monitors and ventilators and all the various gadgets that you need to manage people who have difficulty in breathing. So that's the setup that we have in Komfanochi. In fact, until yesterday, we had 1 patient in there who have been managed by us since the 20th of March. And as you were told last week, this patient has been doing very well. And in fact, last week, Monday, a week today, we repeated her test. Because of her very good clinical outlook, the intention was to prepare her for discharge. When we tested on Monday, she tested positive. So we decided that it was better to still keep her in. We repeated the test last week, Friday, and the test came out to be negative. To be doubly sure, we took another sample for Saturday, and that has also recorded negative results. In fact, for this patient, the major reason for her admission to Komfanochi was because of her own comorbidities. She had pre-existing conditions which made her a very high-risk patient, having contracted the COVID-19 infection. So she's been mobilized home, testing negative, very well looking. But prior to that, because of our clinical requirements, I sent a team together with the regional monitoring team to the home to look at the home setting to see how best she will have a very well isolation setup, and that has been done. Every member of the household has been very well educated in terms of the protocols for having her back at home, even though she has tested negative. She is going to remain in isolation for the next week or two, and our team will be visiting her as she continues to take her fluids and other related vitamins and medications. But for now, we think that she poses no or not much risk in the environment that she finds herself. As I speak, at the weekend, we tested 3 more people. They all came out to be negative. And currently, we have 2 for whom samples are being sent to the KCCR for testing. As we have all come to know, I think the key thing for us has been the care for the frontline workers, the protection. I am pleased to indicate that to date, Komfanoche has not really suffered in terms of real shortages for the personal protective equipment. I think we could have more, because as we have always indicated, this is a pandemic. Probably we have not hit the peak yet. We don't know how far we are going to be stretched. So the call for more PPEs is in order, even though we have quite a good quantity in stock now. We have also designed a protocol for the use of the PPEs, because what we realized along the line was that there was some kind of misuse of PPEs, and especially in preparation for a more bigger exposure of the condition, we have to make a very judicious use of the PPEs. So we have actually designed a protocol which has been disseminated in the hospital as to who wears what and at what time, just to make sure that we utilize the PPEs in accordance with the protocol. And I'm sure that for you from the media, we all listened to the presidential broadcast last night. Another major concern has now assuaged the difficulties and the misunderstandings in the health sector, more especially among the health staff. I'm saying health staff because as has been clearly redefined. When we say frontline workers, it's about everybody working in the health sector today. And I mean everybody. My understanding is that even the private sector is covered. Because the point is that for a pandemic, any patient can appear anywhere at any given point in time. We want to assure and reassure and to embolden our staff just so that they will hold themselves in readiness to treat our patients. And the presidential package that came, as you heard, covered all health staff who work within the health sector of Ghana. I'm sure the details you know. In addition to this, is going to be that core frontline. In fact, I have said in Komfanoche that all of us are frontline staff. But the fact that we come to work, and for somebody's work, he has to wear a headgear, head cover, nose mask, overall, a special boot, distinguish or differentiates the kind of work and exposure that we are all coming into contact with the condition. So those are the kind of differentiation that you have over there. I must say that we are very, very grateful, especially for those of us managers at the various facilities, because the presidential offer or package, for me, will go a very long way to actually assure our staff. Not necessarily because they want to risk. I have always said that these packages come to motivate us and to get us very well refreshed in terms of our commitment to the work. But more importantly, as I have always indicated, is our personal protection. Because if even you fall sick and you get all the money in this world, I don't think that is exactly what we are looking for. So the personal protection for me is primary, ahead of all the motivational packages that the president has announced. And also in addition, that was announced by the president, is the insurance package that assuming somebody got sick, the level of sickness, or may God forbid, if any mortality happened to any health staff, all those insurance packages have been signed. In conclusion, I always want to reiterate the do's and don'ts as we have all come to learn. And I've always implored you, the media, to be our medium of communicating this, not just for your formal press engagements, but I've said that you all are in communities, you are in homes, wherever you find yourself. Because I think when it comes to this education, probably those of you gathered here are better educated more than anybody else, because we've said this over and over again. And please, don't just take this just for your news lines. Be advocates wherever you find yourself. And if I may repeat, no handshakes. Make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly under running water. Use sanitizers when you have them. But we have said, use either, not both at the same time. Sometimes it's just an overuse of sanitizers. We said that washing your hand under the running water is primary. Occasionally you may use the hand sanitizer, especially if you're not working in a hospital setting. And then it's to do with the respiratory hygiene. Cover your nose and your mouth when you are sneezing or you are coughing, just so that you don't actually discharge droplets into the air, into the atmosphere, and especially to people who are nearby you and at homes. We have given you the lines of risk individuals, as we indicated last time. The aged, especially, don't go near the aged and cough onto them, because they are high risk. People who have pre-existing conditions, comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes, cancers, and all the related pre-existing conditions, that actually reduces the immune status of these individuals. And like I said, once you cough into some of these disposables, you discharge them into your water closets or immediately into a dustbin. And please, social or physical distancing. I can see that today you are better arranged, and that is good. It means that we are all learning through the exposure that we are all getting. And probably last but not the least, it's our own nutrition status. When we talk about immune status, it's all about also what you eat, when, and how. Eat those things that will actually help to build up your immune status. As I indicated the last time, the vegetables and the fruits, more especially. I think with these few words, I want to thank you for your attention, and we'll take some questions subsequently. Thank you very much. Okay. Me down I say, and you know, I just care for my shame hanum and pay. And you must hanma kakra rinya that I can, and Miss Macacra at Wasso. Say, I did a bar gun hay. Your national figure abandoned the Muna and the Manu. Mercanti to Alpha, Confornati home. Conformity aspect ABC and there and a pay. Nipa on my banner a green set almost I had been a year or her a dream soon. I mean, I attest to them. O my attest to me now, a mummy and son. And a lab a chase or me a positive or my side I didn't be. So the education I teach you much and so I need payment and a buy no. Mienu efrimu no omo nyina sebe na omo wo yade ahodo bebre owo ho a tama ebedu confusion chi no omo na emodi de otoso mienu kwampo de sere mu amunim no e bae no we need don't really be ofrimu kra ansana ne lab report no kwampo no eba beto edi na we nipa ho a oba conference si a ya nhihye ahodo a sisi e we de em se yaboabo an ho a che se covid-19 se bi ba akwan kro be fa so de ahwe saa yarefo no efizo buduru emergency ho a yesi tent mienu a leading kan so ba na yehwe wani hu se yade no empo che se ebia ebeye bia ho ne do bekọ ebie di anu asem etie won sem nyina na the oboni be say hu say we are high risk patient and I say we are highly suspected that na ye do akọ holding area ho me say sem nyamra ya mra na me holding area fofo na ya no ya ho kama so ba ho na ye do obi abeto na ya take sample near the lab ewo KCC a ekopemra report no beba report no ba na chese ampa yade ni bia ansa na eyu afi ho edi wakọ bai bia ye yesi ho no ma obia o yade a eye the body be say highly infectious and as say safe isolation center yate atene ho no ho na yesiesie as say ye wo empa be aduonunum ewo ho empa aduonunum ewo ho no bi no die ya yin say intensive care ventilator fidi ahodo nyina ewo ho ase obi ba na se be ne home nsiso ana se ohia se afidi bi bua no mo timi je home a ibitimi ahwe no ewo ho no samre ya meka sei besi nura na nka ye ba ko wo ho no sama kwa ne wo ho no sisi ne ho ato ne yie pa ifi se na otwe ne se ne ye cheke ye no esanta ne ho ye nti ye cheke ye na ne results ba na ye positive na mum na anu fiada ye sa ye biem ye negative memenda so ye sa ye biem ye sa ye negative prof lab honom ye ni na ne ho din kama a di din ka no yama apomdinfo akohwe ba bi otie ekwan kra se odufi a omudmama dan ono kwa betena mu ene ya kyekye ifie ho nyina obi otie obi a ekwan a ombefa so ene san nipa na atena a enkoba se ase obi ayi na nye firi so na emom ehu a ewo ho nti ese kyekye omno ma ese omoye we nipa ho a apomdinfo no besa akọ mra no akọ se de ne ho sitie a be na otwe ba akọ na bi no di anim die enya de a obepia akọ ba bia obewo fie ewo no boni be se the comfort of ono ani fie am ya hwe no de meka asoso biem eye enura ye mampani president Akufo-Addo nsema odetu o mani na anim no em se ma hoho a e manage esan se mo ansan shows for anguta ho bia ni modi je din kan no mu busa nsem bebrebe enam apomdinfo ensema na bia motete afa omo ye die mu nti sisi a meka sei ade titiro hia ye pa eye personal protective equipment na ye kan wasem no ebi se sa ya dia bai ye nyina anim atoyentima ato ewiase amansan nyina enkankane ama bi tse America, Italy, Spain, China is a UK kura ba beka ho hwe nipa efiri mu de bia na ehu nti yenso so aha ye hia yetitu eye ekun yesi animu ya so jafo ya do mo kon ya pomdinfo o mo hwa pomdin so yo mo so jafo a eno mo ye do madi anima ye konsa ekun nti kwan kura be fa so a ye be bom ho ban sebe ya yen a ye hwe ayarefu apomdinfo yi yade bi nkokan enam adwuma ye yenti oman atu hanamon president atu hanamon eno de figures ni na atudwa personal protective equipment ye na ye hwe animu na otwe baako na otwe mienu a edi animi enipa ho a ya chebi ama conference so abeso yeso because there is a personal protective equipment ye will be on ma ye di adwuma na tem bia sɛ musika no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛsrɛ ɛsɛ nya bi ka ho efisɛ hwɛ amaman a ɔmo adi anim mu enya yadeɛ no kɛseɛ no a ebia na yɛyɛ deɛ no yɛnya no kɛseɛ mu nyame pangu nti ɔsɛ ɛboa yɛ ho sɛ kɔba saa mpo a akode a sɛ yɛde kɔn no apɔmdinfoɔ yɛbɛnya wei nyinaa na yɛde ahwɛ ayarefoɔ a ɔmo ɛbɛba no ɛno pa ho a ɛm sɛ president ama motivation packages for yɛn a ɛyɛ adwuma wɔ ayasabea na health sector nyinaa sɛ mo a motie emoluments tax exemptions a ɔde maaeɛ ɛno pa ho a yɛasa yɛ president asa yɛ insurance insurance no sɛ obi mpo sɛ ɔma mo hwɛ apɔmuden soɔ anaasɛ yɛhwɛ ayarefoɔ sɛ obi kɔ yare a na mpɛmpɛnsoɔ a yadeɛ no ɛde bɛduro no ɛbɛkyerɛ insurance no de obɛnya firi mu mpo nyame mpa hu sɛ ɛba sɛ obi kɔ firi mu nso a ɛno so sika da hɔ ɛwɔ insurance no mu a saa nipa no sɛbe ne nkurɔfoɔ nsa ɛbɛka na bede mekasa yɛde ba awie no na mesrɛ mu sɛ nsɛnkanefoɔ momɔden na montɔnkɔ so da wɔ no deɛ mɔmmɛ nyae da ɛkɔsi sɛ covid-19 yɛbɛpam ne ti kɔkoraa ɛfisɛ yadeɛ no ɔyɛ naada yadeɛ wohwɛ deɛ sisi wɔ man bebrebe so atom sɛ ɛdaada nipa ɛma no bebrebe ɛm sɛ na ɔmo yɛ sɛ bia ɛnto ɔmo da na buroni bɛfɛ sɛ complacency ɛyɛ adeɛ bi a sɛ yɛama yɛni ankɔ ho na sɛ yɛ adwene sɛ yɛ deɛ ɛntumi a yɛanhwɛ ne bɛma agye yɛn nsɛm sɛdeɛ bɛyɛ a deɛ yɛakyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nyinaa sɛ mankyia yɛn nsɛm yɛnhohoro yɛn nsa nsuo a ɛtene yɛmfa anaasɛ nsuo ɛhwie na yɛmfa hohoro yɛn nsa no obiara mfa nyɛ adwuma wɔ sanitizer no wɔyusu yɛwɔ sanitizer no yɛyusu a mmɛnyusu no ne kwan so cause ɛyɛ sɛ yɛyɛ amana akɔ bro so wɔhoro nsa wɔhoro nsa nsuo ni hɔ na sɛ bɛyusu sanitizer no wɔyusu sanitizer sɛ wɔnwansi anaasɛ wɔbɔ
And apologies, we have a freeze there from the feed in Kumasi. We'll return to it shortly once we rectify that. But of course, that is the CEO of the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Let's head back to Kumasi now. All right, so Dr. Owusu Danso, or Heniba Owusu Danso, has been speaking about the cases they've been handling at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Of course, he did mention that they've had 127 cases tested so far. Until last week, the hospital was managing a case which has now been discharged for home care. She initially tested negative, but tested positive again, and there was a final test that proved that she was negative. This was when she was discharged for home care. Let's return to the feed in Kumasi.
Yeah, bravo. Inti midman bisi ham damasi. I hope there are no questions. No, so that I can go. I have a meeting. Prof will take you through the laboratory work.
All right, so we'll return to Kumasi shortly for the question and answer session. Ohim Interior is there for us. He will also join us with some more updates just on the parts where we missed. But of course, Dr. Oheniba Owusu Danso says as far as PPEs are concerned, the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital has no shortage. However, he thinks that the call for more PPEs is in order. And of course, the GMA in that direction has been very vociferous, calling for more protective gears for the frontline health workers. He was excited and thanked the president for the packages announced yesterday. And we know that there's an insurance package of $350,000 for each frontline health worker. And this is to deal with cases of death or ailments or even deformities, as announced earlier by the Health Minister Kweku Agyemang-Menu. And we also know that he's been admonishing that you stay healthy, you eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits, You need that to boost your immune system. We'll be heading back to Kumasi to join my colleague Ohime Interia to give us some more. We have the director of KCCR addressing the media now. Let's head back there.
KCCR has been with us for 23 years, if I should let you know. It was set up so that we'll provide facilities in the Middle Belt for such a time as this. 23 years ago, we did not think that there will be a pandemic that will require our services. But now we've seen that the services are really needed. And so if you come to KCCR, we have laboratories that can perform sophisticated investigations similar to what Noguchi in Accra is able to do. So previously, diagnostics that could not be done locally, we can do them all in our facility. So when you have the opportunity, you can come to campus and we'll be able to show you what is in these facilities. With respect to COVID-19 diagnostics, you require special facilities to get these diagnostics done. You need, for the molecular diagnostics or to find the genetic material for the virus, you need 3 separate laboratories so that you don't contaminate yourself and provide wrong results. So if you come to KCCR, just as in Noguchi, we have 3 separate rooms where these tests are done. And we have equipment that are not ordinarily available in our health facilities to do this. In addition to that, sometimes I hear in the media, expand diagnostics and to everywhere. But remember that the virus we are dealing with is a dangerous organism. And so when you are working with dangerous organisms, you need to work in special laboratories. So we have what we call biosafety laboratories. And these laboratories have negative pressure in the room so that when you are working, you can work safely. You have special cabinets that you work in, and you wear all your PPEs. And when you come out, you have to dispose of them. Anytime you are going, you need to put them on again. And so with such biosafety laboratories, there are not many in this country. And that is why really Noguchi is able to do it and KCCR is able to do it. And it's the same facilities you use in processing TB cultures. And so if you come to KCCR, the same laboratory processes TB cultures for several regions. So this test for COVID-19, we set it up in February, and we received the first sample for processing on the 29th of February. And we started churning out results. These results have covered Ashanti, Bono, Ahafo, Bono East, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, some bits of the Central that have easy access to Kumasi. We are getting samples from all over, although the majority are coming from the Ashanti region. Currently, we've processed more than 1,600 samples, and we have a backlog of about 500 that we are processing today. And out of that, you know that we have 24 positives, not only from the Ashanti region, but also the ones that came from the Upper East, Upper West, Northern regions. They all came from KCCR. So currently, because of the inflow of samples, I mean, really, we have capacity to process about 300 to 600 samples every day. And we've sort of ramped up our work. We have a dedicated team working 24/7. Some run daily shifts, and some run night shifts, and we roll it over and over since the sample numbers started going up. So that is what we've been doing, and we see that it is really key for this control, for the control of COVID-19, because we need to provide the diagnostics for the case management to make sure that as the patient enters the facilities in the hospital,
and that's the director of the KCCR, that's the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research, Dr. Richard Phillips, giving us an update on their preparedness and also how they are offering their services. And this time, they have the capacity, as you heard him tell us a while ago, to process 300 to 600 samples. Let's go back there to Kumasi. Well, we seem to be having some challenges there. Once the feed is clear, we'll return to Kumasi and hear more from Dr. Richard Phillips, who is the director of the KCCR. And he mentioned that now they've had to adjust their schedule. So they're working 24/7 with some doing a night shift so they can render their services to the nation in this very crucial moment. They are able to process 300 to 600 samples on a daily basis. Professor Richard is back on the field.
The facility. The Ghana Health Service is looking at how to possibly using drones to deliver the samples onto campus, and that will be innovative, and especially for those that have difficulty in bringing the samples directly to the center. So you need to first collect the sample. The second stage when you receive is that you need to make sure that you extract the molecular or genetic material for the virus. And so you need specific kits for doing that. After you've done that, you need another kit to amplify or make the virus detected. And that process too requires a separate kit. So far, we've received kits. Initially, when we started, we received donations from Berlin, and from the Charité Institute in Berlin, and also from our partners in the Bernard-Nocht Institute of Tropical Medicine. Subsequently, we've received some of the JACMA donation of test kits, and that's about 4,800. And we've also received 750 RNA or genetic material extraction kits that we are currently using. And so currently, I think we are well set up, and we are committed to providing diagnostics on time. And we know how the clinical scenario looks like, so we know the rapidity with which we need to provide these resources and these results. And so we are doing very well to provide that. We are looking at various things on how to probably expand the laboratory setting to maybe Tamale and Navrongo, and to provide oversight for them so that their travel time is shortened. And so we are in discussion with the Ghana Health Service to be able to provide that. And we think that will reduce their stress in bringing the samples to the south. So I think we are very grateful to you for giving us this opportunity to provide this update, and we are keen to continue collaborating with all the stakeholders to providing the needed diagnostics until the outbreak subsides. Thank you very much.
Professor Philip Richards is the director of the KCCR, that's the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research. And one very important issue he touched on is about the setting up of a center in Tamale and Navrongo, because as it stands, all samples from the northern part of the country are brought down to Kumasi for testing. And as we speak, he says they have a backlog of about 500 samples to test. Already they have done 1,600 samples, and they are only able to test a maximum of 600 samples. And so that should tell you the challenge there. They're looking to setting up these centers in Tamale and Navrongo so they could provide some oversight and help test more cases as and when we have them coming. Let's go back. There's a question and answer session, and I will get some more information from that.
Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research. Say your KNUST campus bra Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research na yanje ndi say yebenya yare bia eto te say COVID-19 yenhu na yanje ndi nso say yeho beba mfaso say ba ya adwene a yede ye ne say yebetumi apɛ infidie akukudan a sɛ yɛpɛ yɛhwehwɛ yare a and normal sɛ yɛntumi ɛnyɛ wɔ yɛman mu a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ɛwɔ asantemaamu ɛne baabia a ɛtwa yɛn ho ahyia. Enti sese no yɛwɔ mfidie ahodoɔ a sɛ woba yɛ center hɔ a etumi yɛ saa COVID-19 no ho adwuma. Sɛnea meka no February no mu ɛna yɛte sɛ COVID no 19 no ahyɛ ase na yɛpɛ ho diagnosis no ebi. Nti yehu sɛ ɛyɛ adwuma no yehu sɛ ba se yɛde wɔn ayadefoɔ samples ba yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ho adwuma nso yie. Nti 29 February ɛne yɛnsa ka sample edi kan efi yayaresabea ne bia atwa yɛn ho ahyia. Na ɛno akyi no samples no ba na ɛba a mi di sɛ yɛayɛ a patient sample bɛyɛ 1,600 echo 2,000 anɔpɛ menhwɛ number ne yɛ ba mi di sɛ yɛdu 2,000 ɛdada. Enti yeguso a yɛkɔ a yeguso provide saa diagnosis sɛnea doctorfo a ɔmo yɛ patient ho adwuma ɛwɔ yɛ hospitals no ɔmo benya reports no ntɛm so na ɔmo atumi ɛde ahwɛ yayarefoɔ no ɔmo hia ne ntɛm efi sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo hu baabi a ɔmo de yarefoɔ no ɛbɛto ɛne nnuro ahodoɔ a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛde ma patient no na yɛn nso yɛte ɛno so yɛte aseɛ yie. Ɛno nso nti yɛyɛ adwuma day ɛna night sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi anya resource no ntɛm so ɛde ama wɔn sɛnea wɔn de bɛyɛ adwuma. Nti yaa ne egu so ɛyɛ kɔda biara yɛnya koraa mi di sɛ 500 and over samples deɛ yɛnya a kyerɛ sɛ yɛgu so a yɛyɛ kɔda biara yɛyɛ na ɛsan ne yɛde bi ka ho ba yɛgu so a yɛyɛ ne yɛgyidi sɛ yɛtoa so yɛ a ɛbɛboa ama yɛtumi ayɛ COVID-19 ho adwuma. Na meka bibi kakra afa diagnosis na anaasɛ nhwehwɛmu na ayɛyɛ no ho. Mpɛn bebree a nipa mete sɛ nipa aka sɛ sɛ me koraa metumi yɛ diagnosis bi ɛnyɛ mmo a wotumi kɔyɛ ne ho adwuma saa kwa efi sɛ yɛfa ne sɛ ɔyɛ aboa ne ho yɛ hu ana ɔyɛ dangerous. Kyerɛ sɛ wokɔyɛ ne ho adwuma wɔ baabi a ɛmfata a wanhwɛ yi a wankasa wobɛtumi anya saa yareɛ no bi. Nti wohia ɛdan a ɛbɛbɔ wo ho ban a sɛ wokɔ mu na wokɔyɛ mmoa yi ho adwuma a wankasa wonkɔpɛtu nya bi. Na ɛno no yɛ obi wɔ yɛ hɔ ebi nso wɔ Noguchi. Ɛno nso nti ɛna Noguchi ɛne yɛdi kan a yɛyɛ saa diagnosis ho adwuma. Ɛkɔpem bra a yɛbɛtumi anya more facilities a ɔmutumi ɛyɛ saa adwuma yi safely. And idea ne sɛ yɛbɛma nkurɔfoɔ ayɛ mmoa no ho adwuma safely sɛnea ne ɔyɛ ho adwuma no ɔnkɔnya bi. Nti mpɛn bebree no nea yɛyɛ ne sɛ yɛde nea wode bɛfa sample no ɛkɔma hospitals no na ɔmo afa sample no na ɔmo de abrɛn ɔmo hyehyɛ no pɛpɛɛpɛ ɔmo ɔkwan a ɔmo hyehyɛ no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo de sample no ba no nso ɔmo nkonya yareɛ no bi ɔmo ba a yɛde kɔhyɛ dan specific dan bi mu a yɛfrɛ no biosafety laboratory ansa na yɛakɔ bie adaka no so ana yɛahwɛ ade kokora a ɛhyɛ adaka because ɔkɔyɛ no ho adwuma wɔ abɔnten a wanhwɛ a na waka akɔnya bi nti yɛ make sure sɛ yɛbɛ follow rules no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a mo ɛyɛ ho adwuma no nso ɔmo ayɛ adwuma no safely woyɛ wie a ɛsɛ sɛ wosan yɛ nhwehwɛmu ahodoɔ kɔpem bra a wobɛtumi anya wobɛnya idea no sɛ aboa no a woyɛ ho adwuma no ɔwɔ hɔ ɛwɔ
Apologies for that break in the feed there. That is Dr. Phillips, Richard Phillips, Director of the KCCR, giving us an update, doing that in Chi for the audience in Chi as well. But what he said so far is that the KCCR is in a position to test samples a maximum of 2,000. So far they have done, that is 2,000. But on a daily basis, they're able to test a maximum of 600 cases. And like he did mention, they have a backlog of about 500. Now, he's also been speaking about the need for, a contact tracing and for a mass testing. He says that is very dangerous because as it stands now, there's no need for that. And because of the nature of the virus, we have to be careful before making such moves. We'll head back to Kumasi. There's supposed to be a question and answer session. We're not sure if that will happen soon, but once we have that, we'll bring that to you. Our colleague Ohementeria is there. He will join us shortly to bring us some more updates on what we missed from that news briefing at Kumasi. Earlier, we heard from the CEO of the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, that's Dr. Oheneba Owusu-Danso, who told us about what CAT is doing so far to deal with COVID-19. They have a 24-bed facility in 2 ICUs prepared to handle cases if there are any. As it stands now, just 1 patient, which they were handling, has been discharged home for home care. Initially, the second test proved positive. Then there was a final one that proved negative, and that it was upon that results she was discharged home for home care. He has made it clear that officials from the hospital will be visiting her regularly to check on her and to make sure that she recovers completely. Of course, the admonition to adhere to the social distancing rules still stands, and also to eat well, rest, and make sure that you're healthy so your immune system is robust to deal with a case in the event that you come into contact with the virus or you test positive for that. And Dr. Oheneba was grateful to government. We know that they have some tax holidays for 3 months. The president announced that yesterday. And so they are grateful to the president for this. For him, as a manager of a health facility, it comes in very handy because it serves as motivation and adds up to the work they're doing to motivate their staff, the frontline health workers who are putting themselves out there, putting their lives on the line to make sure that you and I are safe. And so it is important that you stay home. If it is possible, as much as you can, stay home, observe the protocols, respect the directives, and make sure that you also observe social distance and wash your hands as much as possible. Avoid touching your face and use your hand sanitizers. And you can make use of mobile phones, technology, to assess whatever that you need to do. We'll be heading back to Kumasi. And also very important, we know that the issue of PPEs has become very important for health workers in some areas across the country, complaining about the shortage, even for the people who are doing contact tracing. And one very important thing to note also is that 400,000 people have been released for contact tracing. That was made known by the Director for Health for the Ashanti region. That's it for now. Apologies we couldn't bring you JoyNews Interactive, but you can always drop your comments on our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram. We'll read that to you. We'll share that with the rest of the world in our subsequent bulletins. Many thanks for your company. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com, and JoyNews today comes up with Daniel Dazi at midday. Stay with us.